Hey, good morning. Good morning. I call the January 9th, 2024 meeting of the DuPage County Board to order. A physical quorum of members is physically here. I will entertain a motion to permit those members not physically present due to personal illness, employment purposes. Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, I invite everyone to stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Member Childress, will you please lead the pledge? And I'll ask everyone to remain standing.
Thank you, Chair. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I invite everyone. Okay, I now invite Dr. James Shannon, the People's Community Church of Glen Ellen, to lead us in the invocation.
Make sure I touched all right buttons there. Yeah. Thank you for inviting me here this morning. I bring you greetings from People's Community Church located at 670 South Lambert Road in Glen Ellen. We're going into our 17th year here in Glen Ellen, and I'm a 37-year resident of Glen Ellen. So let us pray. We come this morning because the Holy Spirit says that the government is upon his shoulder. He created all the people of the world from one man. He scattered the nations across the face of the earth. He decided beforehand which should rise and which should fall. He determined the boundaries of their habitation. We pray today that all of the elected officials of DuPage County would shape a government where the residents would have God first in their life and love their neighbor as themselves. The government that will be concerned about equality, equity, and inclusion of all the citizens of DuPage County. A government that will be a good stewards of the finances of DuPage County. A government that will make everyone in our county feel safe. And a government that will continue to work to bring about the beloved community. We once again will ask God to bless all of the elected officials and all the endeavors of this county. Amen.
Mr. Deputy Clerk, please take the roll.
Cahill. Here. Chaplin.
Here.
Childress. Here. Covert.
Here.
Desart. Here. Eckhoff. Here. Evans.
Here.
Galassi. Here. Garcia. Here. Guston. Here. Krajewski. Here. LaPlante.
Here.
Ozog. Here. Rutledge. Here. Schwarzy. Here. Tornatori. Here. You.
Here.
And Zay.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm glad everybody got here safely. This morning, we have a proclamation, and I'd like to invite Regina Brent and Dan Wagner to the podium. The proclamation is in honor of MLK's birthday. Today's proclamation celebrates the life and legacy of the great Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. While Reverend King's life was cut tragically short, the world is forever changed by his words and the articulation of his dream, in which all people are judged by the content of their character, not their race, religion, or any other factors. Dr. King's historic I Have a Dream speech will be celebrated in DuPage County at a Unity breakfast on January 15th. An impressive panel of speakers will participate, and today we present Regina Brent and Dan Wagner, two members of the committee that are planning this event to accept an annual proclamation in honor of Dr. King's birthday. Our proclamation reads as follows. Whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. devoted his life to the advancement of civil rights and public service, believed in a nation of freedom and justice for all, and challenged all people to help build a more perfect union and live up to the purposes and potentials of America. Whereas in 1973, Illinois became the first state to make Dr. King's birthday a state holiday, and the residents of Illinois honor Dr. King's legacy each year on the third Monday in January. And whereas the celebration of Dr. King's birthday, which falls on January 15th this year, is a time for people of Illinois to recognize Dr. King's teachings on advancing equality and opportunities for all by contributing their own time and talents in a day of service. Whereas, to celebrate Dr. King's legacy and his dream, the DuPage community will gather on January 15th for a unity breakfast at Drury Lane in Oak Brook, and will welcome speakers including Dr. King's sister-in-law, Mrs. Naomi Ruth King, and Freedom Marcher Bob Zellner, a member of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. And whereas members of the community and sponsors believe that it is important to reinvigorate this annual I Have a Dream breakfast to offer attendees time to reflect and inspire by the work of Dr. King, his family, and followers. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Deborah Conroy, Chair of the DuPage County Board, and members of the County Board do hereby declare January 15th, 2024 as Dr. Martin Luther King Day, and we can commend the I Have a Dream breakfast organizers and committee for providing this important opportunity for our community to celebrate and reflect upon Dr. King's legacy and the work that still needs to be done to achieve his dream of equality and achievement for all. Do I have a motion? Second? All in favor? Aye. Enacted this 9th day of January 2024 in Wheaton, Illinois.
Well, good morning, everyone. To the Chairman Conroy and to the members of this board, I want to say my heart is heavy. This is not my first time being here today. This is my home, a home where I've come to ask democracy at its best in this county to grant us the respect as African Americans who have resided out here since the 1800s. We stopped, dropped, and rolled out here during slavery, and many of your ancestors were responsible for us being free. And so with that said, I believe the first proclamation that was ever given to us to confirm our contributions was from Chairman Dan Cronin, which was the African American Black History Proclamation that they all so elegantly celebrate every year. And now Chairman Conroy has granted us with the proclamation for the ongoing years to come, Dr. Martin Luther King celebration that was pretty much discontinued in 2015. And now we're 8 years later, and she has been and is now responsible for us having a proclamation for that. With that being said, I ask to speak first because I want you to know that for every piece of support that you have given us over the years, we are grateful for it as an African American community. I want you to also know that this is not about the political race. This is not about the white race or the black race. This is about the human race. Where will you stand when your grandchildren ask you, Grandma, Grandpa, what did you do during the time of diversity when all people were supposed to be equal? And so I would say, Pastor Shannon, as you mentioned diversity, equity, and inclusion, if I had been at the table, it would be diversity, equality, and inclusion. Because if I am equal to the race, the human race, and I am included, then I decide how much equity I will build in my life. And so I want you to know today, we're very proud to be a part of this project to bring back the Martin Luther King dinner, I'm going to let Mr. Wagner explain to you how this came about. The monies will go towards underserved people in the community, whether you're black, white, whatever, but we will mainly focus on those who have been at a disadvantage over the years. And with that being said, I want you to also know that I certainly don't need another outfit. I may need another closet, but I do not need another outfit. And Mr. Wagner does not need another ornament for Christmas, because if you've ever been to his home, you will see he is not in dire need for any money. And so for those naysayers who are asking, where is the money going? It's going to a good cause. Instead of him, our African-American residents being on life support, we're going to support them with a life that they can come up like us. Maybe they won't reach our pivotal point to the highest, but at least we can bring them up. And not just with a hand out, but a hand up. And that's what Dr. King was all about. So Chairman Conroy, I thank you. We're very grateful to you for bringing this as official as it will be from years to come. I love all of you. I'm glad to see all of my friends. And we see now, I hadn't been here in a while, but our democracy is at hand. I see that you have security here now, when before we were at peace. We could trust one another, but we need to work at that. And the only way we can work at that is with Dr. King's legacy, to love everybody and to do it with nonviolence and to respect one another's opinion so that we can agree to disagree. I love you. Thank you.
Regina is what makes this event real. So much of the organizing of this and all of the incredible activities, I have to just highlight that Regina Brett is really one of our treasures of having in DuPage County, and we're very blessed to have her. I just wanted to really quickly highlight, you kind of know that I work for Dan Goodwin, the Inland Real Estate Group. He was saying that we needed to bring this Dr. King event back because of his work at Benedictine University. We have Dr. Carroll, who was the past president of Benedictine, that had the event from 1995 till 2015, and then it went away. So Mr. Goodwin called Dr. Carroll, and Dr. Carroll said, well, Mr. Goodwin, do you want to create this event? You can't have a bunch of white guys doing it. So we were able to bring together groups of leaders of DuPage County. In February, we started with 25 people, and now we're up to 280. And could I ask the members of our DuPage County Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Committee to please stand? Thank you very much. And Chairwoman Conroy is on that committee too. We appreciate all of your hard work. We're going to be having our event obviously next Monday. We're up to about 122 tables. We believe we're going to be netting $100,000. It's going to go to the DuPage Community Foundation, and the grant that Mr. Goodwin created is the Dr. King Unity Fund of DuPage County. So we can't tell you how much we appreciate all your support, and we're going to be having events continue throughout the year, and this will continue on and on and on. So thank you very much for your support, and God bless this wonderful county of DuPage that we're all in. Thank you.
Okay, and this morning we have a second proclamation celebrating Muslim American Heritage Month. I invite Sadia Covert, member Sadia Covert, and her guests to the podium. We also have a guest on Zoom who is joining us. Today, we celebrate Muslim American Heritage Month. In December of 2021, Governor Pritzker issued a proclamation recognizing January as the month promoting awareness and celebrating and contributions of Muslim Americans in our state. I thank our board sponsor for this proclamation, Sadia Covert, and her guests who are here today. Allow me to read our proclamation, and then we will ask Member Covert to introduce her guests and share a few thoughts. Whereas Muslim American Heritage Month provides an opportunity to recognize and celebrate the invaluable contributions of Muslim Americans to the cultural, social, and economic landscape of our nation. And whereas the Muslim American community enriches our society through their contributions in education, science, technology, arts, literature, business, public service, and many others. Whereas Muslim Americans have played a vital role in promoting interfaith dialogue, fostering understanding, and building bridges of cooperation among diverse communities. And whereas this month also provides an opportunity to reflect on the values of compassion, tolerance, and unity shared by the Muslim Americans and people of all faiths, reinforcing the bonds that unite us as a country. Whereas Muslim American Heritage Month serves as a platform to educate the public about the rich history, tradition, and benefits of Muslim Americans, promoting cross-cultural understanding and appreciation. And whereas DuPage County is grateful to work in conjunction with our local Muslim American communities and organizations to be at the forefront of efforts to combat discrimination, prejudice, and bigotry, working tirelessly to promote inclusion, social justice, and equality for all. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Deborah A. Conroy, Chair of the DuPage County Board, and members of the County Board do hereby proclaim January as Muslim American Heritage Month and encourage our residents to better understand, recognize, and appreciate the rich history and shared experiences of the Muslim Americans. Do I have a motion? Second? Okay, all in favor? Okay. Approved the 9th day of January 2024 in Wheaton, Illinois.
Thank you, Chair Conroy. It is an honor for me to be a part of this historic moment. Their Muslim American Heritage Month was passed in Illinois and other states last year in 2023, so it is fairly new. Muslim Americans have been in the United States, and I will let the other speakers go over the history since, the 1800s? Very, very long time ago. So I would like to introduce our guests. We have 3 organizations here. First, I'd like to welcome Danielle Khan from Mala National, Muslim American Leadership Alliance. Welcome, Danielle. Thank you for passing the resolution in Illinois for Muslim American Heritage Month. I understand that Mala does a lot of great work for communities across the nation. So I will let you take it from here.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'll introduce myself. My name is Daniel Khan. I go by Dan Khan for short. I'm a disabled U.S. Army veteran. I served on active duty in the United States Army as their logistics coordinator for the military's Joint Surface Deployment Distribution Command. It's a mouthful, but yeah, it's just fancy terms for like shipping and handling, but for Humvees and tanks. I joined Mala, and I'm their community manager. The Muslim American Leadership Alliance is dedicated to, promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I think Illinois and DuPage County has done a lot for diversity and inclusion of people of all faiths. And Mala is dedicated to promoting, uh, you know, condemning bigotry, promoting inclusion. And I want to thank the members of the board and the council person. Thank you so much for having this proclamation and supporting what we do.
Thank you. And please thank Zainab Khan, the president of Mala, as well. Thank you for all the work that she's done. I'd like to next introduce Dr. Abdul Ghani Hamadi. He is the chairman of the Council on American Islamic Organizations of Greater Chicago. And CIOGC is an umbrella organization with many other member mosques as a part of their community. One thing to note is CIOGC was actually very integral part of our Complete Count Committee, and they helped us with the hard to count population. So we want to thank you for your service on the committee, and I will let Dr. Hamadi say a few words.
Well, good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you. Thank you, Chair Conroy, and all the board members for this honor. Last time I was here, actually, I was representing the Mecca Center when you approved the construction of the Mecca Center, some of you may remember. And it has become a source of a community service for the entire community in that region. So you should all get credit for that. Thank you. But today I am here honored and humbled to receive this proclamation as a chairman of the Council of Islamic Organizations. As Sadi mentioned, we represent over 70 members and 400,000 Muslims throughout the state of Illinois. In the embrace of DuPage County, our Muslim community flourishes, contributing significantly to the diverse cultural tapestry of this region. We are home of esteemed Islamic centers, such as Islamic Center of Naperville, the Mecca Center, and the Islamic Foundation of Villa Park, to name a few. They serve not only as places of worship, but also as pillars of faith and community service. The centers are dynamic contributors to the social fabric of DuPage County through educational programs, interfaith dialogue, and community outreach initiatives. They exemplify the teachings of our faith, fostering understanding and unity. As we accept this proclamation, it signifies the collective effort of all our community in DuPage County. Together, we dedicate ourselves to the betterment of society, embodying the values of compassion, service, and solidarity. We express our sincere gratitude for this recognition and anticipate continued collaboration with DuPage County, fostering harmonious community for all. Thank you once again, and may this month be a source of celebration, understanding, and unity for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Hamadi. I would like to introduce Dr. Dilara Saeed from Muslim Civic Coalition. She is an award-winning teacher, nonprofit leader, and an entrepreneur, president and chair of Muslim Civic Coalition. She is here along with Rima Gamran, who is the board treasurer and co-founder. Thank you for being here. Muslim Civic Coalition has also helped our Complete Count Committee as well in the hard to count population. So we want to thank them for their services to the county and our board. They have also been a key player in passing a lot of many bills and laws in Springfield, and they work very closely with them. So thank you for Civic Coalition's work for the greater community and everybody involved. And I will let Dr. Dilara Saeed say a few words.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum, and may God's peace be with all of you. It's such an honor to be here to receive this recognition as we to collectively appreciate a diverse community in our state and in our county. Especially an honor to work with this and do this work with our DuPage County Board Chair, Deb Conroy, and our members of the DuPage County Board, as well as with organizations like CIOGC and MALA and so many others that are part of a coalition of this work. This is both personal and professional. In 2005, the superintendent of District 203 came to my classroom at Meadow Glens, knocked on the door and said, "Congratulations, we think you're the first American Muslim tenured teacher in DuPage County." I taught US history and government to 5th graders, and then at Kennedy Junior High School to 8th graders. I said, "Thank you. It's wonderful to be part of this community." And what took you so long? American Muslims have been part of the American diaspora since the 1600s. We know that up to 20% of all those brought enslaved into this nation identified as Muslim. We know this from scratchings on the wall of plantations, shacks. We know this from books written at that time and later. We know this from the Quran that Thomas Jefferson had in his library as a very well-read man. And this history is vibrant. Did you know that today Illinois has the largest per capita Muslim population in the nation? You may. Who doesn't have an IT person who identifies as Muslim? Or a doctor who identifies as Muslim? But we are also Uber drivers, union members. We are also teachers and educators and lawyers. We're good neighbors. And this is what we hope to share with our communities, that whether it is fighting together for equality and equity, whether it's fighting together for peace and healing here in DuPage County, in our nation, or anywhere else in the world, Muslim Americans are there with our brothers and sisters of every race, faith, and background. And so today we will share with you the report that is the first ever report done on Muslim Americans in one state, our state, the largest per capita Muslim population. We'll also share with you a one-pager. We hope you share this as a resource throughout the month for our residents and neighbors of DuPage County so that they understand the story of the American Muslim community that is often, unfortunately, misrepresented or simply unknown, neither of which is okay with any of us. Lastly, as we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, our teacher, our guide to peace, we also celebrate on the same week Muhammad Ali's birthday, someone who courageously stood up for justice and peace. His daughter, Maryam Ali, wrote a book, I Shook Up the World, which he did. And today we honor his work and his legacy, along with all of the peace and justice advocates in this nation. The coalition, the Muslim Civic Coalition, is a coalition of over 150 organizations across this county, state, and the nation. Many of them identify as Muslim-led, and we want to share with you some of the social service organizations, civic organizations doing this work of faith and civic and social efforts. Many of them are across the nation. Now more than ever in a divided America, let's all come together as those who identify of every race, faith, and background, but who are willing to do the hard work of bringing our communities together for peace, justice, and one day for all of us, the American dream. Thank you all.
Okay. On the matter of public comment, according to our county board rules, members of the public shall be afforded time to address the board. Individual remarks shall not exceed 3 minutes in length, nor shall the total time provided for all remarks exceed 30 minutes. Our first speaker is
Sheena Perilli.
Illinois. And I guess these are going to be more questions, things you probably can't answer, but just things I guess to ponder on. Obviously, we see an issue with the illegal immigrants crossing the border. December had the highest of 300,000 in record history. Obviously, we're a sanctuary city and state, but we have issues all across the county with towns, you know, they're going to charge the bus company, they want notification. So I'm just wondering, I believe Grundy County just declared that they would be a non-sanctuary county. Is that something DuPage would consider? I mean, I guess our governor just declared his 18th consecutive emergency declaration about the migrant crisis. So I guess, you know, my concern is obviously we don't know because they're not being vetted when they come across the border. They're not being vetted when they come to our state. So we don't have we don't know the safety issues of all of these people. And also health concerns, right? Our children are required to get vaccinations to go to school. These children are not. You know, during COVID, we were, requested, to get COVID vaccines. These people are not. And also finances, like where's all this money coming from to support these people crossing our border illegally? So I guess I have a lot of concerns. I'm assuming you guys have more contact with public officials than I do. If there's any discussion about what we plan on doing to DuPage County. So I have a lot of concerns hopefully you guys can address. Thank you.
Okay, if the board has received public comment via our online portal, per board policy, these comments were provided to members yesterday so they could be reviewed. Comments submitted electronically will be included in the minutes of this meeting. At this time on the agenda, we were scheduled to have a solar power presentation. However, due to weather, our guests could not be here. This presentation will be rescheduled. In my remarks today, I offer an update. As you know, between December 14th and today, thousands of asylum seekers have moved through DuPage County on their way to the Chicago landing zone, where they have received the important services they need. Our Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management tells us a total of 96 buses carrying 3,996 passengers have been dropped at DuPage County metro stations. From there, new arrivals who have tickets take the trains down to the landing zone. City and soon state teams will receive them and provide essential immigration, social, and health services. By our estimation, DuPage has ensured the safe passage of approximately 64% of the region's asylum seekers. We have been in constant collaboration with our collar counties, local and statewide partners to ensure a smooth and calm transition of these exhausted travelers. Our Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management has been planning for the situation with local emergency managers. They formed the necessary partnerships to manage this humanitarian emergency and keep city and state officials in the loop. Our director, Craig Diekman, and emergency coordinators have worked around the clock to keep me informed and to track the numbers of people moving through our communities. OHSEM has answered hundreds of calls, sharing information with municipalities, police, and emergency managers, as well as briefing our mayors and managers. The effort has been extraordinary. Together, we will continue to brief the board and our partners. We will continue to plan and react as needed to provide compassionate service to those who need our help while maintaining a high quality of life and outstanding service to our residents. Many, many people have asked how they can help. The team at the landing zone provides a detailed list of needed items and opportunities at chicago.gov/support. Because there is no real way for travelers to accept items as they complete their journey downtown, we ask that all donations are made at the landing zone as requested on the webpage. Again, the webpage is chicago.gov/support. Thank you. Okay, and on to the chair's report. Consent agenda. 240276, DuPage County Board Minutes, regular meeting, Tuesday, January 12th, 2023. 12/7/23, auto debit pay list. 24-0132, 12/8/2023 pay list. 24-0137, 12/12/2023 pay list. 24-0151, 12/15/2023 pay list. 24-0165, 12/19/2023 pay list. 24-0166, 12/19/2023 auto debit pay list. 24-0174, 12/22/2023 pay list. 24-0204, 12/28/2023 auto debit pay list. 24-0208, 28/2023 pay list. 24-0128, 12/7/2023 Corvell wire transfer. 24-0134, 12/12/2023 IDOR wire transfer. 24-0172, 12/26/2023 $2,000, $7,000, $7,100, $8,700 wire transfers. Okay. 24-0272, change orders to various contracts as specified in the packet. 24-0140, Recorder's Office Monthly Review Report, November 2023. 24-0168, Clerk's Office 6-month report of receipts and distribution. 6/2023, 11/23. 24-0183, Treasurer's Office Monthly Report of Investment and Deposits, November 23. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, now on to County Board and Member Childress.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Today I rise for the appointment and move on the appointment of Catherine Mueller for public member to the Board of Health.
Second.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante.
Aye.
Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. You.
Aye.
Zay. Cahill. And Chaplin.
Aye.
Okay, Member Childress.
Thank you. I also move to on the appointment of Robert Thorpe as member public of the Emergency Telephone Board for 911.
Leave is granted, Member Childress.
I also move on the appointment of Sharon Ingram to the DuPage Housing Authority.
Okay, Member Desart has a question or a comment here.
Thank you. I do have a comment about Sharon Ingram. I just wanted to say, I've worked with Sharon for 3 or 4 years now on the DuPage Housing Authority, and she has actually been our excellent chairman of the DHA board. So I just am thrilled to have Sharon back on the board of the DuPage Housing Authority, and I wanted to thank Sharon for her continued service. As you know, my commitment was a 5-year commitment, and so I believe that of the other commissioners as well. So for Sharon to give us another 5 years, I just want to thank her for her service. Thank you.
Okay, Member Childress.
Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry, leave is granted. Member Childress.
okay. I'd like to move to combine 9D, 9E, 9F, and 9G.
Okay. All in favor? Motion carries.
Okay, I'd like to move on 240182, county board members to attend the NACO Legislative Conference in Washington, D.C., February 10th, 2024 through February 12th. Expenses, 2024, I'm sorry. Expenses to include transportation, lodging, miscellaneous expenses, and per diem, approximately totaled at $1,080.30. Also, I also move on 240181, county board members to attend NACO Legislative Conference in Washington, D.C., February 10, 2024 through February 13, 2024. Expenses to include transportation, lodging, miscellaneous expenses, and per diem, for a total of the approximate total of $1,510.51. I also move on 240180, county board member to attend NACO Legislative Conference in Washington, D.C., February 9th, 2024 to February 13th, 2024. Expenses to include transportation, lodging, miscellaneous expenses, and per diem for the approximate total of $1,819.30. And finally, 240179, county board member to attend NACO Legislative Conference in Washington, D.C. from February 9, 2024 to February 13, 2024. Expenses to include transportation, lodging, miscellaneous expenses, and per diem for the approximate total of $1,831.34.
Member Krajewski.
Yeah, I had a question. My original question was going to be just on how we calculate the per diem for the meals, because they were all over the board when I was reviewing this. But the last two, this 180 and 179, because the meals were so much different, I just assumed it was timing. But the hotel was the exact same. But if I go on this 0180, it says actually the date is February 9th to February 12th. That's what the packet says, but this says the 13th. It makes sense why the per diem for meals is less if it's one less day, but the hotel's the same. So I'm not sure if this person's coming back on the 13th that we were saying in the agenda, but the packet says it's the 12th. And I don't know, and the hotel amounts are the same as the two, but the per diem for the meals is a lot less, which means it seems like it's a day less. But I'm not sure if this should be in the agenda, the 12th. It's the one that's 240180. It says date departure 9.
I believe it's the cost of the flight. Let me.
Well, I'm talking about the dates though. It says on the agenda here, it's February 9th to February 13th, but in the packet it says they're departing on the 9th and coming back on the 12th.
That may have been a Scribner's error. Let me.
So, no, I believe I'm coming back a day early.
Well, there's two of them to come back.
Madam Chair, you're not.
I'm not, or a day, or I'm leaving a day later?
You're not on. You're not on this. Sorry, you're not on this.
I'm just saying what
This
we're
is just for
Oh, it's
board
not me?
members.
Okay.
No, you're not on
All right.
this.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, this is not for your travel. It's
I
for.
was gonna say, I don't
for-
eat
for
a lot,
board members.
honestly, Grant.
No, well, I just want to make sure we're voting on the right thing.
If
'cause
you'd like,
you can look
I'm
at it.
fine with passing a moment. Let me review it if that's
I mean, the
comfortable with
packet says
State's
that-
Attorney's Office.
The packet says the 12th. The agenda
Yeah, let me,
says the 13th.
give me 1 second to actually look through it.
Yeah, that's fine. Why is, but take a look at it, Jason. Sorry, just looking at it.
Did we vote?
All right.
upon review, it appears that the one that Member Kudrowski is bringing up, it does look like a Scrivener's error saying that they're returning on the 12th, but it should be the 13th, which
Vice
would...
versa.
Yeah, sorry, yes. So that's where that number would come from. So I would inquire with the state's attorney's office. It's a backup document, and these are only estimates, though. It gives authority for the estimate. Do you need to do an amendment, or...
It's not the total, it's the date.
Yeah, it's the date. It's the switch from the 13th to the 12th. It's in the backup, but the authorization is for the dollar amount, so it would be fine as is. Thank you.
Great. Clerk, please take the roll.
I'll motion to make an amendment to
No, we're doing roll call.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia. Guston. Krajewski.
Aye.
LaPlante.
Aye.
Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. Yu. Zay. Cahill. And Chaplin.
And finally, I'd like to say go blue.
Thank you, Member Childress. Okay, on to finance and Member Chaplin.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, Madam Chair, and Happy New Year, everyone. I move on FICO 324, recommendation for the approval of amendment to purchase order 6778-1 serve for a contract issued to Amazon Capital Services for the purchase of office supplies and other miscellaneous items to increase the contract in the amount of $56,775 to include the crime lab and public defender accounting units, resulting in amended contract total amount not to exceed $780,508.
Did we have a motion?
Yeah.
Okay, roll call, please.
Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress. Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante.
Aye.
Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. Yu.
Aye.
Zay. And Cahill.
Okay, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FICO 4-24, recommendation for the approval of amendment to purchase order 6795-1 serve for a contract issued to ODP Business Solutions for the purchase of office supplies and other miscellaneous items to increase the contract amount of $5,000 to include the public defender accounting units, resulting in amended contract amount total not to exceed $230,546.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FICO 5-24, recommendation for the approval of an amendment to purchase order 6499-1 serve for a contract issued to Ceridian HCM Inc. for HR managed payroll services to increase the contract in the amount of $248,820 to include Dayforce, Touch, and Tough Clocks, resulting in an amended contract total amount not to exceed $2,181,155.50.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 1124, acceptance and appropriation of additional funding for the Aging Case Coordinator Unit in the amount of $83,205, a company 5,000 accounting unit 1660, $35,205, and 1720, $48,000 community services.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 12-24 budget transfers 1/9/2024 from various companies and accounting units.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 1324, acceptance and appropriation of the ILDCEO Community Service Block Grant intergovernmental agreement in the amount of $1,196,614 community services.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 1424, additional appropriation for the 2017 DuCom Bonds Debt Service Fund, Company 7000, Accounting Unit 720, $100.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. And finally, I move approval of FIR 15-24, acceptance of an extension of time for the Illinois State Opioid Response Criminal Justice Medication Assisted Treatment Integration Grant, Accounting Unit 4996, Sheriff's Office.
Leave is granted. Thank you, Member Chaplin.
Thank you.
Okay, Animal Services and Member Krajewski.
Thank you. Just two real quick things update. Despite the snow out there today, the weather has been very good, so the construction project on the new building is coming along great. They've been able to do a lot more work because of the nice weather. And with that, we provide a lot of services here, and we continue to do for animal services. Just one story here and just the outreach. Village of Downers Grove Code Enforcement has worked very well in just a recent issue that we had here with our animal services with a house in Downers Grove where we've border situation. They've taken out 73 cats. And a lot of the cats have all come out. They've actually, I think there's maybe still 3 left that they're so skittish they're trying to trap. But they've been vetted. They've been taken care of. But Downers Grove Code has been very great in working with our animal services. And animal services, of course, has done a phenomenal job of getting those 73 cats out. Seems like end of the year, we've had about 5 or 6 of these this last year, where in the past it's like 1 a year. So I know they did a tremendous job the holidays getting all these cats and vetting them and making homes there. So again, I'm sure the new facility will help more with more space. But everybody did a phenomenal job. So I just want to thank the Village of Downers Grove and our staff for that.
Okay, and then we have Economic Development and Member LaPlante.
Good morning. No report today. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, and I skipped Development and Member Tonatori. Okay. Environment and Member Rutledge.
Thank you, Chair Conroy. I have to say I'm disappointed that our solar donors could not be here this morning, and I don't blame them. But we'll look forward to that coming in one of the next couple of meetings. But I did want to talk about New Year's resolutions a little bit. And my New Year's resolution is to advocate to keep more things out of landfills. And I have partners that help me do that. But I do want to share with you some of the things that I do to do that. And with Scarce as my partner, I keep a little bag in my silverware drawer. And in it, I put little scoops from various powders and that kind of thing. I keep corks in there. Actually, wine corks cork is hard to find, or it's diminishing. So that's why you see plastic corks in wine bottles these days. But corks, the little packets of silica gel that I get in a lot of my vitamins, I keep those. The bread bag and potato ties, we give those to Scarce, and they sell these or they earn money for these to make wheelchairs for young children. And you can bring all of those things here to me. And the last thing is Pop Tops from aluminum cans. We'll give those to Grant Eckhoff because he takes them to Ronald McDonald House. My stack of papers here that these are all duplicately printed agendas and things like that were not necessary. That's about a year's worth just for this room. So for what we do on the whole county, I'm sure there's a lot more than that. I'm going to make a New Year's resolution to avoid foam containers wherever I can because they're difficult to recycle, although they can be recycled out in North Aurora at Dark Container. Plastic shopping bags that we all tend to send back to the grocery stores. There is an organization in Wheaton that's using those to weave mats for homeless people. They don't mold, they're lightweight, and they're actually pretty cushy. So I'm actually trying to find out from the people putting those together where they're collecting that from so that we can do that. So please bring me all your little bitty things because I know this is a small packet, but multiplied by the amount of these things in our world and environment, we can make a big difference in keeping these things out of a landfill. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. And on to Human Services and Member Schwarzy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to announce to this board that later this month, in cooperation with the DuPage Foundation, we will be announcing the opening of the application process for round 4 of the DuPage Community Transformational Partnership Grants. Round 4 will be grants for transformational intervention, of course, in the areas of food insecurity, housing instability, mental health, and substance use disorder. Currently, to date, we have awarded roughly $6.2 million with approximately $3.8 million available. We will announce the exact date of the application portal opening at our HS committee next week, and we'll have those district members on HS committee pass it on to the rest of the people in their district. So, with that being said, I'd like to move to approve item HSP 624, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Leading Age Illinois for annual membership dues for the DuPage Care Center for the period January 1st, 24 through December 31st, 24 for a contract total amount not to exceed $32,125.
It has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Shorzy.
Aye.
Tornatore. You.
Aye.
Zay. Cahill. Chaplin. Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Peckoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante.
Aye.
Ozog. And Rutledge.
Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move to approve item HSP 724, awarding resolution issued to 360 Youth Services to provide case management, housing, job coaching and preparedness, transportation, educational services, and GED coaching to homeless youth in DuPage County
Second most favorable
for the
roll.
period January 1st, 24 through December 31st, 24 in the amount of $55,242.
Leave is granted. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move to approve item HSP 824, awarding resolution to Home DuPage Inc. to provide financial counseling and workshops to low-income residents in DuPage County for the period of January 1st, 24 through December 31st, 24 in the amount of $46,888.
Leave is granted. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move to approve item HSP 924, awarding resolution issued to the Garden Works Project to plan, build, promote, and sustain community gardens in DuPage County for the period of January 1st, 24 through December 31st, 24 in the amount of $70,000.
Leave is granted. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move to approve item HSP 1024, awarding resolution issued to Outreach Community Services, Inc. to provide case management, counseling, job skill training and experience, work readiness training, and GED assistance to low-income youth residing in DuPage County for the period of January 1st, 24 through December 31st, 24 in the amount of $100,000.
Leave is granted. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move to approve item HSR 224, authorization to extend a memorandum of understanding with the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees Council 31.
Leave is granted. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move to approve item HSR 324, amendment of the contract between the county and the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees Council 31, the DuPage Care Center Bargaining Unit employees covering the time period of ratification through November 30th, 2026.
Leave is granted. Thank you, Member
Thank you.
Schwarzy. Okay, Judicial and Public Safety and Member Evans.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move on item JPSP 4-24, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Logicalis, Inc. to provide Microsoft 365 hosting and managed services for the period of February 1st, 2024 through January 31st, 2029 for a total contract amount of $455,466.60.
It has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Evans.
Aye.
Galassi. Garcia. Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante.
Aye.
Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatore. You.
Aye.
Zay. Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. And Eckhoff.
Thank you, Member Evans. And
Thank you, Madam
Legislative and Member Desart.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Following today's county board meeting, the legislative committee will meet to approve a contract with a federal lobbyist who will enthusiastically lobby for issues benefiting DuPage County and our constituents. Chair Conroy and I are recommending a change in the county's federal lobby representation effective February 1st, 2024. Our sincere thanks to Bill Viney of the BGR Group, who who has served as the county's federal lobbyist for the past 14 years. We are truly grateful for his service. However, at this time, we believe a different firm will best represent the county's priorities before Congress and the federal executive branch of government. Chair Conroy and I are recommending that Greg Bales of McGuire Woods Consulting serve as the county's new federal lobbyist, and we request and welcome your support. A little bit about Greg. I'll just mention a couple of things because Greg does plan to attend, weather permitting, he does plan to attend our legislative committee meeting. So if you'd like to meet Greg, our new federal lobbyist, with your approval, then please come to the meeting right after this one. Before joining the firm, Greg worked for U.S. Senate Majority Whip Dick Durbin for more than a decade, serving as senior advisor in the Senator's Government Office, as well as his campaign manager for the 2020 re-election. During his time with the Senator, he oversaw special projects throughout Illinois and worked as a liaison to elected officials, businesses, community organizations, and other constituencies around the state. So the great thing about Greg is that he's got so many of those vital, important relationships that we need in Illinois and across the country, and especially in Washington, D.C. So I hope you'll join Chair Conroy and I in supporting Greg Bales as a new federal lobbyist. On a personal note, I also wanted to share with my colleagues that as DuPage County's legislative chair, I have been asked and have accepted a position from the Illinois State Association of Counties, ISACO, to serve as a volunteer on the Justice and Public Safety Policy Committee. The inaugural meeting is on February 2nd. I felt honored when they wrote, "Your expertise and diverse perspective will be crucial in shaping our approach to addressing key issues related to justice and public safety." So I'm proud to serve on your behalf on this important ISACO committee. Thank you. And with that, I move to approve LEG-R-0001-24, the resolution to adopt the county's 2024 state legislative agenda program.
Okay, it is, but, oh, okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Thank you, Michael.
Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia. Guston.
Quick question. I just want to make sure that this legislative resolution and agenda is fluid as things change in our community. It's not boilerplated where other issues that may want to come off that agenda should come off and other more higher priority ones would go on to that agenda. Is that correct? It is. Yes. Okay, great. Yes.
Krajewski. LaPlante.
Aye.
Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatore. You.
Aye.
Zay. Cahill. Chaplin. Childress.
Yes.
And Covert.
Okay, thank you, Member Desart. In Public Works, and Member Garcia.
Thank you, Chair Conroy. No committee update as of today. I make a motion to approve PWR 000124, resolution authorizing the DuPage County Superintendent of Public Works to sign Illinois Environmental Protection Agency loan documents.
It has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Garcia.
Aye.
Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante.
Aye.
Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatore. You.
Aye.
Zay. Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. And Galassi.
Okay, Member Garcia.
I make a motion to approve FMP 000424, recommendation for the approval of a contract to Donahue and Associates, Inc. to provide professional electrical engineering design services for the replacement of the 505 building sectionalizer and main switchboard, replace the generator in the 424 building, and to replace the east outdoor medium voltage switchgear and generator at the 400 building, and on-call electrical engineering services for facilities management for the period of January 9th, 2024 through November 30th, 2026, for a total contract amount not to exceed $360,850.
Second most favorable rule.
Leave is granted. Member Garcia.
I make a motion to approve FMP 000524, recommendation for the approval of a contract to CDM Smith, Inc. to provide professional electrical and engineering design services for the JTK electrical upgrades, JLB, electrical upgrades, campus electric vehicle load evaluation, and on-call electrical engineering services for facilities management for the period of January 9th, 2024 through November 30th, 2026, for a total contract amount not to exceed $586,024.
Okay. I need somebody to say leave. Thank you. Okay, leave is granted. Thank you, Member Garcia. And Stormwater and Member Zay.
No report.
Okay, and Technology and Member Yu.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have no update per se, but I do want to say thank you to IT staff and our CIO, Anthony McPherson, and Assistant State's Attorney, Connor McCarthy, because they were working during winter break, during vacation. I think Mr. McCarthy actually was like hours away from leaving on his vacation, and he was working on this item that we are about to approve. So I just want to say thank you very much for that. So with that said, I move on TEP 002-24, recommendation for the approval of a contract to SHI International Corp. Inc. for the annual licensing of the Zendesk Customer Service Solution and annual subscription for IT, GIS, and DuPage County Health Department for the period of December 31, 2023 through December 30, 2026, for a total contract amount of $569,732.27.
It has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
You.
Yes.
Zay. Cahill. Chaplin. Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia. Guston. Krajewski. LaPlante.
Aye.
Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. And Tornatore.
Okay, thank you, Member Yu. Transportation and Member Ozog.
Thank you, Madam Chair. By way of report, first of all, thanks as always to our snow team. They're doing a great job today. We haven't had too much practice yet this year, but thank you so much. County Farm looked great this morning when I came in, and I'm sure it's going to look great when I leave. I also want to particularly thank Bill Edson for, he is our new county engineer, but Bill has stepped up and is our acting director of transportation, and I really appreciate you stepping into this position. And we'll work toward a new director in the new year. So, but thank you so much in the meantime. Starting with, I'd like to move for approval of DTR 00224, condemnation authorization for right-of-way acquisition along County Highway 9, Lamont Road, 83rd Street to 87th Street, Section 16002320 County Highway.
It has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Ozog.
Yes.
Rutledge. Yes. Schwarzy.
Great timing.
Tornatore. You.
Aye.
Zay. Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia. Guston. Krajewski. And LaPlante.
Aye.
Okay, Member Ozog.
Okay, thank you. I move for approval of DTR 00324, intergovernmental agreement between the County of DuPage and the State of Illinois Department of Transportation State Planning and Research Grant Award for the DuPage County Trails Count Program, county to be reimbursed $72,000.
Leave is granted. Member Ozog.
Thank you. I move for approval of DTP 00224, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Parsons Transportation Group for Central Signal System Network Support Services for the Division of Transportation for a contract total not to exceed $200,000 professional services vetted through a qualification-based selection process in compliance with the Illinois Local Government Professional Services Selection Act.
Leave is granted. Member Ozog.
Thank you. I move for approval of 240135, amendment to resolution DTR 017821, intergovernmental agreement between the County of DuPage and the Village of Lisle for improvements along County Highway 3, Warrenville Road, and the replacement of the bridge over the east branch of the DuPage River to incorporate additional work requested by the village and to secure property interest from the village. County cost $414,238.
Okay, leave is granted.
And since I still have the microphone, I want to thank my fellow Michigan fan, Member Childress, and my Michigan family, and my husband for taking me to the Rose Bowl, and my 650,000 living alums. Go Blue. Had to do it.
Okay.
Thank
you, Member Ozog. Okay, under discussion, I see no discussion. Anybody want to discuss? Nope, okay, good. So, under new business, this morning I had the opportunity, old business, sorry, old business first. Oh, anybody with old business? No. Oh, old business? Okay, hang on. Hold on, let me take, okay, Member Rutledge.
Very quick, one of the things that I failed to mention on my try to keep things out of the landfill is, this is my laundry detergent. I get up to 60 loads of laundry out of this envelope. It comes as a subscription model, but we spend a lot of money and a lot of plastic putting water in things that don't belong. So look for companies that have little tablets that you drop into the water you come from your tap. But it works great. There's a couple different companies. I'm happy to send you the link, but this is 60 loads of laundry detergent. Thank
Wow.
you.
Okay, Member Chaplin.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. So just a couple things. I wanted to thank Laura and Animal Services over Christmas break. I had a constituent concern, and Laura was very professional and very helpful to my constituent, so I really appreciate her help. I want to congratulate Member DeSart on her appointment with the Illinois ISACO. That's really amazing. Last week, I spent a day in court, a morning in court, and Member Tornatori happened to be there doing his job, and he was very kind and was explaining what was going on, and he acted very, we didn't expect him to be any more professional than he is here, but it was really a great morning, and I learned a lot, and I appreciate Sam, explaining how things were processing. And also, and cut me out of jail. No, I was just observing. And I also wanted to thank you for your appointment for Bob Torpy. I think that was a really great appointment to the ETS board. I'm not on that committee, but I hear a lot about that committee, so I think he's going to be a really great addition. So, well, maybe I'll zoom in, but yeah, so I just wanted to mention that, so thank you.
Okay, Member Krajewski and then Member DeSart.
Thank you. Just real briefly, I know Member Schwartz, you brought up the transformation grants. We're getting ready for round 4, and those are very large grants, and we have a lot of great organizations in DuPage County that can benefit from those, and the ones that are in the area that you talked about, but I think you're on that board. But I would encourage, because I think when we looked at the 3 that they did last time, there were some organizations that got all 3 times they got a grant, and many of them got them 2 of the times. So I try to encourage at least to try to have some newer organizations that do the same type of things that we want to have it in, because there are a lot of very good ones here, but it seemed like those first 3 rounds, there was several that went multiple times, and I'd like to encourage at least when they go for this round 4 to try to give some newer organizations the benefit and give them some money, because we've helped some of these. Like I said, there was, if I remember, 12 maybe that got twice, and there's only maybe 10 or 12 that get these awards because they're large dollar amounts. So I would encourage if they could try to look for newer ones. Thank you.
Okay, Member DeSart.
Thank you. I've got a couple of things to bring up. First of all, I believe, in my humble opinion, our DuPage County Animal Services is the best in the state and probably the Midwest. So I will probably bring this up every single meeting from now until April. But last week, Member Krajewski and I met with Stephanie Ryan-Smith and the fundraising team, and Raise the Woof is coming up. On April 12th, we will host our Raise the Woof Gala to raise funds and awareness for the capital campaign to make sure our building is state-of-the-art like the organization is. And this will support the new home for animals in DuPage. This is one of the pieces of materials that they gave to Brian and I last week when we met with them. And I just want to let those of you with deeper pockets than others know that we are accepting sponsorships from $20,000 to $1,500. Tickets are $250, and it's going to be held at the Abington with lots of great things, gifts and prizes and surprises and other things. But again, it's April 12th, and I will be bringing this up every single meeting until April 12th. So thank you very much. Okay. The other thing I wanted to say was congratulations to North Central College's Cardinals, who came this close to another Stag Bowl victory. I listened to the game. Unfortunately, they fell to the State University of New York at Cortland, the Red Dragons, 38-37. That hurt. That hurt. All right. Well, despite the Stag Bowl loss, this was the Cardinals' 3rd straight unbeatable season. Also, congratulations to Luke Lannon. He's in the class of 25, who is this year's winner of the Gagliardi Trophy, which is the country's highest honor for an NCAA Division III football player. Huge victory for him. And also tight end Bobby Brenner was also honored with the NCAA Elite 90 Award. So 2 players had the highest honors in the nation. So congratulations to District 5's Cardinals. So excited for them.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Member you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I didn't get a chance to say this before, but thank you very much to Legislative Committee Chair Don Desart and also to Cheryl Marquet for the last-minute addition to the 2024 legislative agenda. At the last meeting, I had requested Karina's bill to be included as part of the gun safety, firearm safety portion of the legislative agenda, and I'm very grateful that the board approved that as well today. Karina's bill closes the loophole. Essentially, every time an emergency order of protection is then served upon a respondent, the police, law enforcement is required to also take any firearms that are marked off in the petition for order of protection. This has not been happening in the past. This is really, really important, so I'm very, very glad that this has now been included. So thank you again.
Okay. Anybody else in old business? Member Guston.
Yes, I had gotten a phone call from a resident who is on the Metra quite a bit, and I know we had the presentation from Metra officials, and she was on the train, and there was an individual that was frightening to her and very loud and physically affecting the train, not the people, but physically hitting the chairs and such. And they know, she's like, the conductors were there, but every time a conductor was coming, that individual knew and then was like normal. The difficulty is she had called me and said, hey, is there a phone number we call in case like we feel threatened or that something is going on the Metro train? Do they have a QR code on, could they put a QR code up on each train so you know that you can get a hold of someone? I know a lot of times on the Metro trains, if there is an issue, like in Naperville, our Naperville police officers a lot of times would be responding to any kind of situation. So I'm just wondering, because we had them here for a presentation, where can people go when they feel threatened or nervous or anything on Metro? Seeing how Metro wants to increase their amount of revenue, the safer it is, the more people are going to ride it. The less safe it is, the less people are going to ride it. So really trying to get to the hone in on how we can better make it safer on the Metro, and also where people can contact people when something like that occurs. Do we have anything? And
Member
I know
Chaplin?
it's a little bit out of our realm, but they did do a presentation, so.
I do know, just from being on the Railroad Safety Council, that Metro does have their own police force.
They do, yes.
And I don't know if they.
How do you get a hold of them when you're on the train? That was her question.
There's not a sign in the cars?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, but I do know that they have their own police force, so I know they're usually pretty good.
He sat down, I was like, what? Okay, so there is one on every car?
At least the 2 cars I was in.
Okay, very good, very good. I will call her back and let her know to be more observant and it's on a train car.
Yes.
And that was her concern, if it called 911, who is actually gonna respond if it's moving or whatever, so, okay.
Okay, now we're going to move on to new business. I do want to just say that this morning I had the opportunity to personally thank Bill Brophy, an employee of our Veterans Assistance Commission, on his retirement. During his 2 decades of service, the VAC estimates that Bill provided assistance to more than 1,000 veterans and family members. Thank you for your service, Bill, and congratulations on your retirement. I noticed the woman that made a comment about migrants has left. I just want to make a point before we begin new business that DuPage County is not home rule, so we will not be discussing or debating any type of ordinance in regards to the migrants. So new business. Member Zay and then Member Eckhoff.
Thank you, Madam Chair. You know, we had a presentation today about the resolution proclamation for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And I don't know if you listened, but Regina Brent, who we all know is a great person, a great leader, she made some comments today that I liked, hopefully we can move forward with on this board. And if you listen to her, she said, we can agree to disagree and respect others' ideas and thoughts. I think that's something to think about. We're not always going to agree on issues here, but every member is elected by the public. Every member is entitled to their thoughts and their opinions, no matter what. If it makes you upset, that's fine. But again, I respect every board member here that has the right to speak out and say what they want on every issue. And I hope every person on this board also has that same respect for myself if I want to speak on an issue. It's not that I have a personal gain for this or anything else or something, or it's possibly that constituents have reached out to us on certain issues and that these issues are important to our residents and to ourselves. It's nothing personal, it's nothing else. It's government, that's what we're here for. So hopefully moving forward, we're just not talking. A lot of people talk about great bipartisan cooperation and all this stuff. That's just not talk. That's actually everyday living it and letting people talk and respect their ideas and be able to speak on this board freely if they want to without repercussions or intimidation or anything else. So hopefully we're starting a new year that will live up to that and we'll all respect each other enough to say, hey, if you have an idea or a thought, it's okay to talk about it with not retribution from anybody else on this board. So, thank you.
Anybody else in new business? Oh, I'm sorry. Member Eckhoff. I think that's your name right in the back.
Talk to you after the meeting. A couple of things. Number one, I appreciate the fact that we had a proclamation honoring the Muslim American Heritage Month. I just wanted to note that since 2006, May has been designated Jewish American Heritage Month, and I thought that the board might consider, or the chair might consider, having a proclamation in May in that regard. Number two, I also wanted to express my appreciation for the chair's work and our staff's work over the holidays regarding dealing with the migrant situation and the buses and the transportation to Chicago and Chicago's cooperation with that. I would note that the mayor of Chicago has indicated that he believes that this situation is unsustainable and that there needs to be some type of resolution. And frankly, I agree with the mayor of Chicago. So I would hope that since we have members of both parties here, we have members of both parties in our state caucus, and members of both parties at the border have indicated a need for an overall long-term solution to this situation, that we can all work together and hopefully come up with a bipartisan situation that quells the concerns of the mayor of Chicago, because I agree with him, it's unsustainable.
Thank you, Member Eckhoff. I could not agree with you more. Member Covert.
Thank you, Member Chair, and I also agree and echo Member Eckhoff's idea. I was actually looking that up last night, and we should definitely move forward with a Jewish American Heritage Month proclamation in May. I don't think we've done that before, so we have a wonderful Jewish American community here in DuPage, and I would be happy to help with that as well.
Thank you, Member Covert. And Member Eckhoff, you can bring that forwards, please, and we'll do that in May. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. I'm informed we do not have matters before us requiring executive session. I know you're all disappointed. I'll take a motion to adjourn. Okay, all in favor? Okay, this meeting is adjourned on Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024 at 10 a.m.